Still afternoon. Good afternoon and welcome to From the Crow's Nest for the 8th of July 2019. Can you believe we're this far in? Since Swithin's Day is just around the corner, and I'm going to do a very special Since Swithin's Day special on the 15th. So keep that in mind. Don't forget, Since Swithin's Day. Anyway, I hope everyone had a great weekend. I had a fantastic one. A real adventure on both days, actually. From finding a beautiful little spring when we were out walking through wonderful woods, to Sunday, which was very magical when that mysterious fog, the Swaailen, came in over West White, and while we were out walking, and it was amazing. So I thought I might concentrate on that a little bit and save the ferry walk that we went on Saturday for tomorrow for Fairy Tale Tuesday. I thought that might be appropriate. So I've talked about the Swaailen before, and I thought I would take a little bit of time to talk about it in a little bit more in depth, because people have come to me and have asked me more about it. What is it? And I said the next time I saw it, I'd film it and take some photos. And the amazing thing was that when we were out, I was able to sit down with people and tell them a story and tell them all about it as it happened. And they seemed absolutely enthralled. Oh, one other thing I forgot to say. We got a little bit of feedback, which I will put in at the end. So we might be doing a bit of a redo of St. Helens with any luck. But I'll get onto the feedback a bit later. So Sunday we went to West White. We went to Compton Bay. Did a little bit of walking around on the beach. It was raining. It was a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful. It was cool and refreshing, and the rain just sort of really gave such a wonderful feel to the day. And me, the kids, Amy, we all just sort of went out, and I had a very boring lunch because, as you may or may not know, I'm on this diet to sort of slim down. So I had boring old chicken soup, but they had hot dogs on the beach. Anyway, as we were out, the Swaailen started to come in, and we were just sort of trudging around the Five Barrows and up where King Arwald was buried. Thank you to our good friend Roger for telling us where that is. And the mist came down, and it was absolutely intense and beautiful and frightening and electrifying and all those wonderful things. So me and the kids, we put our stones down. We steamed ourselves to anchor ourselves in this world, so we didn't get taken away by the Yelven, or the elves, or the fairies, or whatever you want to call them. And we had a wonderful time. We met some people, and I sat down and I told them the story of Arwald, and I told them about the Swaailen. I told them about the softening and the thinning of the veil between this world and the other, and it was absolutely wonderful. So I thought what I'd do is share a little video with you. So here we go. And this is the video I took as it was coming in, off in the distance, as you can see. And there it is over the ridge. We'd come down from there by that time, and but it just sort of came in and rolled in over us, and then just sat there for about an hour and a half or so. By that time, we'd already walked down and were taking a break. But it was absolutely beautiful and incredible, and it's just a mammoth sight to behold. It's even more impressive on really hot days when it happens, but we're not quite at that point in the summer yet. But coming in August, and then going into going into September and autumn, we will see that coming in, and I will show you the next time we get trapped in it, because it is just an awesome, and just with the blue skies, and it's just I'm always lost for words. Anyway, as quickly as it came, and as I said, it sat there for an hour and a half after we left, so it must have been there for a good 2.5-3 hours. So I thought I'd just share this I took some photos, and there you can see that's where it was after we'd left. And there we go. Not long after, pretty much cleared. You can still see a little bit on the cliffs there, but there we go. It was just an incredible weekend, filled with magic and stories, and we made some new friends, which was wonderful. It's always wonderful. And yeah, so few bits of announcements before I go into the feedback. I'm starting a meditation, 1 day a week meditation. I haven't decided where. I did it in Culver on the weekend, on Sunday morning early, and it was really fabulous. It was just by myself, but I'm extending it out to anyone. If you're visiting the island anytime, it's an outdoor meditation, obviously weather permitting. It was, as I said, it was wet on Sunday, but I still really enjoyed it, so probably worth maybe coming along. So let's talk about this little bit of feedback. So it's from our good friend Judith. And Judith says, "Hi Paul, I've seen a couple of your videos on YouTube. I live in St. Helens, so I found your videos on that, shall we say, interesting. You've got many mixed and muddled facts, in inverted commas. I note that you do not attribute your sources, so I have no idea where your facts came from. I'm a professional dowser, and there are many things you either don't know or have muddled. Could I suggest that you go with notes, or at least a skeleton script, as your trains of thought will be difficult for someone who is not an islander to follow. MB, note well, St. Helens is a village, not a town, and you are right, I misspoke. St. Helens is a village, and I will go back through that video and have a quick look and see what I got wrong. As far as where I got my facts, let's talk a little bit about the word fact and storytelling and faith. And I've had this conversation before, which is, where do you draw the line? So a lot of what I talk about is hearsay, is what people talk about, is on the sort of very much left of center thinking. I don't mean politically left. I mean, it's not scientific. It's not historical. In some cases, I throw in history. I throw in all sorts of different things. I rely on many different sources. I also rely on stories that have been told to me over the years. Many from my great-grandmother, my grandmother, my dad. My family goes back many generations on the island. So whether they're actual historical fact or not is, debatable. And I've never made any bones about that. I think folklore and storytelling and taking liberties is just fun. The most interesting part of what I'm doing. I do throw in historical fact and I note that as some of my references that I actually used in used in my St. Helens episode. Place names of the Isle of Wight. I use that. I use a little bit of Wikipedia. I know that's not used, not an academic source. And I used a lot of kernels of information that have been dotted around and dropped in my lap over the years. And I did say to Judith, I thanked her very much. And I said, let's get together. Let's get together and have a chat. Because I'd really love to hear what she has to say. More information is better. You know, but taking liberties with kernels of truth. Lots of fun as well. And I think that's just about it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. Let me know what you think. Should I go from a script? Because I ain't going to do that. No scripts. I do take notes. And I know my thoughts are all over the place. And but I do try to be as descriptive as possible. Sometimes I can be, all over the place. Please pull me up if you think I should. If you want more explanations, please do. As I said, I have lots of requests about Swaailen, so I'm giving you more information as much as I can. Any feedback you want to send, please do. I'm here and happy to take it, and I'll always read it out. If there's anything you want me to read, remember on Fridays, any experiences, your experiences, I read out live, unless my head is muddled like it was last Friday. But I did get a lovely piece of feedback telling me that it wasn't a disaster cast after all. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll talk about fairies. We'll talk about my fairy walk. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.